Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you for those who have subscribed, who have liked and share our previous tutorials, and for those who are yet to subscribe, uh, please subscribe, like, and share so that we can reach out to more audience. In today's tutorial, I'll be teaching us functions in Python. How do we create functions? What are the reasons for creating functions? And what are the benefits of using functions? Let's dive into the tutorial properly. Okay, a function is a block of reusable code that can perform a specific task. The main idea for creating a function is when you have a set of code that is being used repeatedly within within your program. So this set of codes perform a specific function repeatedly. So instead of writing this code again and again, you can create a function, put all these set of instructions or set of code inside this function, and just call the function anytime you want to perform that task. And function helps to reduce the number of codes being written in a program, and it also helps in understanding what each part of the code is doing. To create a function in Python, there's a format that needs to be followed. First thing, you need to use this keyword div. This div means to define the function. Then you put in the function name, the name you want to use. Then in case the function requires some parameters, you pass in the parameters here. Then you now move to the code block. Code block simply means the set of instructions that will be contained within the function. Those set of tasks that you want the function to perform, you include it there. Then if you want the function to return a result, or to return a particular output, then you put it in the return section. So let's have a simple look at the simple example person. So to create this function, we use this keyword def, and this is the shortening form for definition to define a function. Def, then greet is the function name, and name is the parameter that is passed into it. And what we want the function to do is to return hello, the name of the person. And this we make use of an f string so that we can pass in the parameter, whatever parameter we have supplied into the function, into the string. It's also possible to have a function without a parameter. Not all function has a parameter, and it's possible to have more than one parameter depending on the number of parameters you're passing into the body of the function. So after that, for the function to work, you need to call the function. So what we did here simply is to print greet, then we pass in the parameter. So let me run this. When we run this, it should print out hello IO. So in a situation where I want to print names, as in like 3 or 4 names, so I can do this. I can print John, I can print Helen, I can print I can print all these are names of a person. So instead of writing this hello 4 times, I can just print this function and it will print out the names. So let me save it and let me run it again. And it printed all the names. There are two main types of functions in Python. You have the built-in library function and the user-defined function. The built-in library function include math, print, date time, random, and so much more. They are simply libraries that have been built into Python for users to just call these functions and make use of them directly without necessarily creating a new one. So why the user-defined functions are the ones that programmers need to um, consciously create, as in to solve a particular problem or to perform a specific task. So these ones are not they are not built with Python library, but the programmers have to create them when the need arises. Okay, this is another example of a function, and this function takes in more than one parameter. It's defined. It is created using diff, and the function name is student info. It takes in name, age, student class. So to call this function, we use this. So I'm calling the function by writing the name of the function and the parameters I'm passing into it. You can see I'm passing John 17 as age and SS2 as student class. So let me run this program and see. So when I run it, it shows your name is John, you are 17 years old, and you belong to SS2. So let me correct it from here, and you belong to. I'll save it and run it again. So and you belong to class SS2. So if I want to input um, if I want to run this for more than one student, all I need to do is copy and input uh, more names and their classes, and from there, instead of writing the whole body again, all I need to do is call the function and input the name of the next student, the class, and the age and the class, and it will print it out. So let me run this again. So when I run this program, so it printed for other students. Let's take it a step further. The use of return keyword. Return keyword is used in a function to send a value back to the place where the function is called. Look at this example. When a return keyword is used, that means a function performs a particular task, and the value or result generated from that function is to be used in another part of the code. So this is a syntax that shows how to make use of a return uh, keyword. So when you look at it, after the whole function has performed the specific task, the result from that task with the use of return keyword will now be sent back so that the output of that function can be used in another part of the code. So let's have a look at an example. This function sums two numbers together. So this is where the function is defined. This is the name of the function, and these are two parameters that are passed into the function. So the first one is A, the second one is B, and um, in the code section, I want to add two numbers together, and the result of the number I want to assign it to variable C, and I want you to return C. So for me to use the value returned by this function in another part of the code, I have this. So at this point, I'm calling the function sum. I'm passing 2 and 3, which stands for A and B. So, and the result that is being returned from this function will be assigned to variable D. So here I print out the result is, then I now print out and now put variable D here. So just for us to understand how a function works. So I'll save this and I'll run it. So when you look at it, the result is 5. So it has added 2 and 3 together, and it has returned the value of 5 from this function, then assigned the value of 5 to variable D, and that is what is printed here. You can do the same thing for subtraction. So we define the function, give it a function named subtract. We have the same 2 parameters in it. So but the operator here, the arithmetic operator here is subtraction. So we return the value which is assigned to variable C. Then we call the function, and the result is assigned to variable E. So we have this 6 minus 2, and the result is assigned to variable E, which is printed here. So let me run it, and the result is 4. So let's also change the value. Let's make it 8 and 3. So the good thing about it is we don't need to keep writing this particular code continuously. All we need to do is call the function and change whatever parameter we want to pass into it, and it will keep running the code and giving us results. So it helps us to write a cleaner code, and at the same time to reduce the line of code in our program. So let's run this, and the result here is 5. Okay, this is another example. This function is defined, and this is a function name, which is check even or odd. So the function checks if a number is even number or odd number, and the parameter passed into it is just one, which is number with this semicolon. So what is checking here is that if the number after dividing it by 2, if the remainder is 0, then it's an even number. Else, if the remainder is not 0, then it's an odd number. So for us to use this function, we need to call the function. So what you do is write check even number, and you pass into it the number that you want to check, either it's even or odd. Let's start with 4. You check if 4 is an even number, then we run the program. 4 is an even number. So for us to check another number again, let's check if let's check if 9 is an even number. 9 is an odd number. So whatever number we want to check, all we need to do is pass the number as a parameter, and it will give us results. So we don't need to write all this code again. Thank you for watching up to this point. Everything we have discussed, I would like you to practice from your own end. In case you have any challenge, leave in the comment section and I will attend to it. Thank you very much. Please like, subscribe and share so that we can reach out to more audience. See you in the next video. Bye.